Hey everybody, welcome back to our channel and welcome back to another video. So today is Wednesday and I try to do a Wellness Wednesday update on my keto journey. So if you're new to my channel, hey y'all, how y'all doing? My name is Shakima. I'm a single mom of 4 kids. I have 2 girls and 2 boys. We have 1 fur dog and we just inherited a grandma. So we have a lot going on in this household, but we make it work as best we can. So about 10 months ago, I went on a journey. I decided to change my way of eating. I had been eating, just like regular normal people. And I remember specifically, it was probably like latter part of May of last year, going into the first part of June, because we were right at the end of the school year. And I started feeling terrible. Like I would almost feel like I was gonna pass out. And it would happen to me in my classroom, and I would have to grab a hold of something to keep myself upright, and my body would feel, I would literally, that's how it would be. I would be talking mid-sentence, and the next thing you know, it would be like, whew, and I would have to grab on or get to my desk real quick so that I didn't, pass out in front of my students. And I didn't know what was going on. I'd been on blood pressure medication for several years by then and have had issues with my blood pressure, specifically when I was pregnant and after. And so I didn't know what was going on. And all I knew was I needed to change something. I couldn't figure out what it was because really nothing was different. Everything was the same as it had been, but I was worn out, worn down, so tired. And I just couldn't figure out life. So, I said, okay, God, you're going to have to help me figure out what to do. And then right around that time, because Shelly just mentioned on her channel, Shelly from Shelly's Home Life, just mentioned that it's been a year, almost coming right up at a year anniversary that she started doing keto. And I've always watched Shelly. I watched Shelly before she started doing keto. I just randomly found her one day. I was looking for some white noise or background noise and just happened to Google, or YouTube search cooking channels, and one of her playlists came up. And I just fell in love with her channel and her content, whatever. So she started doing a ketogenic lifestyle, and I started to do some research, and I was like, Lord, there's got to be something to help me not feel like I feel. Because again, I had been going to my doctor. We couldn't find anything. My blood work came back looking okay. There was nothing that was a red flag or anything like that. So I just said, Lord, I'm going to give this a try. And you guys, literally within a week, I was energetic, feeling great, living my best life, just doing well. And I have maintained a ketogenic lifestyle over the past 10 months because I didn't start till the end of August, and I think September 1st, I actually counted September 1st as being my start date. I actually started the end of August, but anywho. So then back in May of this year, I realized that I didn't take any pre-measurements. I wasn't tracking my weight loss. Now I am what I consider, or what most people would consider, lazy keto, in the fact that I don't always count macros, but I am strict keto in the foods that I eat. I only eat ketogenic foods. I don't give myself cheat days. I don't give myself days off. I don't take holidays. I don't say, okay, if I'm having a family gathering, I'm just going to eat whatever. I take one for the team and I bring my own food. If I'm going to some place that I know is not keto friendly, or if it's a bring your own dish, or bring something to pass around, I'll try to make a keto dish that I think other people would enjoy, so that way I'm able to still pass it around. But if I have to take my own stuff, my own little separate individual dishes or meal or whatever, I will. I did my own Thanksgiving. We went to a family Thanksgiving. I did my own Thanksgiving. I did keto Thanksgiving. And people actually ate the things and they thought it was very yummy and delish. So that's just how I have to do it to maintain this lifestyle for me and my children. Now, I have had comment that I should be ashamed because I make my kids eat this way. And sometimes those comments do tend to bother me a little bit, but then rationale kicks in, and I don't try to be overly rational in my parenting or cooking or what, I'm the parent. But here's what I thought about. Because I didn't eat this way my whole life and I ate whatever I wanted to eat, now I'm having to change my lifestyle. I'm overweight. I am categorized as obese, even though I have lost weight. I mean, you can tell in my face, and I mean, I can see my whole neck. And as Gia would say, that, that collarbone is popping, y'all. But I'm still overweight. And the reason being is because I've eaten what I've wanted to eat. So how dare I change my eating habits and let my children eat what they want to eat? They can't even vote. They're not old enough to vote in what happens in our world or in our country. How would I let them decide their health standards? Okay? So just to be perfectly sure that what I was doing was okay, because Alana has been seeing a pediatric endocrinologist for over 2 years now for some issues that we have been facing. And I mentioned to her, I said, this is what we're doing. This is the lifestyle that I'm living. Is it okay for Alana? And she was 14 then. She just turned 15 now. And she was like, no, it's perfectly fine. So we are both, she and I are under medical care from our doctors who have given us the go ahead. My doctor even said, Shakima, whatever you're doing, keep doing it. Because I was going to the doctor all the time. My knees were hurting, my bones were hurting, my body just hurt. And I couldn't, it was no reason. I wasn't overstressing myself. I wasn't doing anything. And I just hurt. And so when I changed and went back for my yearly, I go for blood work every year. I go for my high blood pressure every year. I was going to the doctor every 3 months to check up. And now I'm only going once a year. And so I'm good with that. It has worked for me. It has been great. And God has been good and gracious through this whole process. Have I lost a ton of weight? Absolutely not. I mean, honestly, when I look at where I remember starting and where I am now, I've lost minimal weight compared to people who've been on this for, somebody says, oh, I've been on keto for 3 months and I lost 60 pounds. Not my testimony at all. Not. I've lost inches. I've lost a lot of inflammation. I've lost just a lot of toxicness out of my body, and I'm thankful for that. So I wanted to make that clear. Jackson pretty much can eat whatever he wants to eat whenever we're out with family and friends and things. What I regulate is what I bring into the house. So if we're out at like a share life group for church and it's, pass the basket or, everybody brings something and we all share, they're welcome to pick from whatever. I maintain to only eat ketogenic items. I look for cheese and meat. If somebody brought that, I look for things like fruit. Or we went over to a friend's house the other week. It was Memorial Weekend, and it was everybody brings something. And I did not have time to cook. It just didn't work out where I could cook something. So we stopped at Sam's. And I picked up 2 huge things of strawberries and 1 thing of blueberries. And I put those out and they went crazy. Who brought the strawberries? Oh my God, they were the best strawberries, blah, blah, blah. So I didn't have time to cook anything ketogenic, but I could take something that, hey, I can take a couple of these, put them on my plate. They were doing hamburgers and hot dogs. I took a dog, no bun, put a little mustard, and I was living my best life. So again, I make decisions for what happens in these 4 walls. So what I put in the pantry or in the fridge, I just make those choices. But when my kids are out with other people, they are more than welcome to enjoy the festivities and all of those. So I wanted to make that clear, just so you know, I don't want, when my kids get older, for them to be in the same situation I was when I was their age. Like, I am literally killing myself by the things I'm putting in my mouth. I had to do my research. I had to go out and figure out what worked well for me. I don't have a gallbladder, so I'm going to be researching now doing keto without a gallbladder. And I think Alana is having some gallbladder issues as well. So I'm going to go back and look to see how we can adjust things for those of us who don't have gallbladders. And that's just some more research I've got to get out there and do, no problem. So with all of that being said, let me get into this Wellness Wednesday update. So I've decided to pattern these after Tangi over at Freedom Homestead. You all know my girl just moved into doing a ketogenic lifestyle a couple months ago, and she was doing Wellness Wednesday updates, and I said, hey, I like your format. Do you mind if I use that? And she's like, no, I don't care. So it's 3 parts. It is how my week went, what is my weight, and what I plan to do moving forward. So this week we had a really good week. As far as food is concerned, we stay strict ketogenic foods. Everything we cooked this week was ketogenic. We didn't go anywhere where there was a situation or a possibility that we could slip and slide off of the plan. And that again is just very strictness on my part. I don't count macros all the time strictly, but I do eat only ketogenic foods. My mom had a couple rough days this past week, so whenever she has a rough night, I may not get to cook, or I may just throw a quick meal together. I think I had a couple quick meals this week. I can hardly remember. It was just I don't really remember. But I did exercise 2 days. So if I'm counting from Wednesday to Wednesday, Monday we got up, and she fought me hard on this. So I wanted to put her in the wheelchair and wheel her around our neighborhood. Now, she's been to our house before, but she's never been around the neighborhood. And it's a little bit of a ways to walk. But I wanted to get walking because that's going to help. Ma'am, now that it's summertime, she can get nice, good, long walks. We can walk her for a little while. It would also get my mom out of the house. We have travel oxygen, little small tanks where we can just put right on the wheelchair, and she can go for a walk. It helps the kids. They were out on their bikes, and we did that. So we only got 1 day in with that walking. But yesterday, on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we have adult taekwondo in the morning. And now that I'm not working at school during the class time, I'm going to class. And then another thing that's helping is right now, my mom can't stay by herself anymore because she is just not capable. She can do stuff, but she is a fall risk, and sometimes she gets lightheaded, and she, I don't want her to fall, or if she needs pain meds, because now she's having some issues in her bone. We feel like that cancer is moving to her bone here. So anywho, her hands are not strong enough to open up the medications, and I don't want to just leave medications out. So somebody has to be here all the time. With that being said, the kids and I can't all go to taekwondo at one time. But if I go to a morning class, because both my kids are black belts now, I can take them, one or the other, to a morning black belt class, and then Tuesdays and Thursdays is when they have evening black belt classes. So like Alana went to morning black belt class Tuesday, I could take Jackson to evening black belt class on Thursday. And then I could take Jackson to morning black belt class on Thursday, and Alana to evening black belt class on Thursday. So it's working out. If mom goes to a morning class, then the kids can go to either a morning or an afternoon class. I know that sounds crazy, but it works for us. So 2 days of exercise. I am planning to go tomorrow, which is Thursday, back to taekwondo class, and I'm going to take Jackson with me to taekwondo, and then Alana will go to evening taekwondo. So right now I'm having to just split everybody, and then on Friday when they both have to go, because we do have a little bit of travel oxygen, I'm able to just get my mom in the car and take her with. So that's how we're doing. So a good week overall. I didn't cook as much, simply because we did the hamburger soup on Saturday, and that lasted for 3 days. So I didn't have to cook 2 or 3 meals in there. It was totally fine. We didn't mind eating leftovers, but we're glad that it is over. And so now we're moving into this week with this week's worth of menus, and we feel like we'll do okay. last week, and I did not get to film a video last week. It just was not possible with everything that, like I said, she had some good days, she had some rough days. So, and this is my first official week of being off from school. Last Friday was my first day out. So Monday, Tuesday, and today is Wednesday. So this is my actually 4th day of being out of work and home for the summer. So last week I didn't get a chance to do a review, Wellness Wednesday. I just could not fit it in. So I did weigh at 196.2. So last week was 196.2. The week before was 197.4. So I was down 1.2. And I felt okay. I felt like I did good, and maybe I was hoping to maintain this week, even if I didn't have a loss. So I got on the scale this morning and I was 196.6. So I was up 0.4 pounds. 0.4, which to me is okay. Still, again, I'm just getting back into the gym. I'm just getting back to doing some type of exercise. So I feel like eating well plus exercise is going to help me. Again, I haven't started my coffee fast yet, and I have been having cream. So I'm going to back out of the cream just a little bit. So this is what I'm doing moving forward. I'm going to back out of the heavy cream a little bit. Try not to have as many cheese meals. Like for breakfast, I've been doing fried quesadillas. So the tortilla wrap, I've just been having one, and I split it in half and fold it over. Cheese, eggs, and meat. And so again, I may just have to back out of some of my dairy products, which is totally okay. I'll just work on it as best I can. I do plan to do my Taekwondo 2 days a week, and then try to walk at least 2 to 3 days a week around the neighborhood. Again, that's going to give ma'am some exercise. It'll give my mom some fresh air for a little bit. Get us out of the house and get a little bit of family exercise. The kids can ride their bikes. They enjoy doing that. And that is what we're planning to do moving forward. So that is my plan finishing up this week, going into next week. Now in 2 weeks, we're going to have camp, summer camp for Taekwondo. I will not do Taekwondo that week because both of the kids will be at summer camp, and I will need to be here with my mom. They're there from 8 to 5. So I need to be here with my mom. So I will drop them at camp, and then I'll pick them back up in the afternoons. So during that summer camp week, I'm actually just going to have to walk 4 times. And it'll be me and ma'am and my mom, and we'll just all go out and walk. Or I'm going to see if I can find a DVD or something that I can do inside the house. And I think it would be okay. I prefer to get out and walk. It would be no problem for me. But just depending on if beauty gives me trouble or not. We'll see. But anywho, there it is. That is my update. I was up 0.4, but I still had a great and a fantastic week. I hope that you are doing well on your ketogenic journey, if that is what you're so choosing. If you are not, hey, listen, get back up and keep on moving. I hope you understand about the kids. It is just, we are okay. Remember that both Alana and I are under our doctor's care. I'm under just my regular physician, and she is under her pediatric endocrinologist. She actually sees a specialist. So we're totally okay as far as the eating is concerned. And just as a parent, I refuse to let my children get to the place where I have been. And then when they're older, they're going to have to make these choices. I'm not saying we're going vegetarian. I'm not saying we're going vegan. I enjoy meat. It is my thing. I enjoy butter. I like it. So for me, this lifestyle works. I did very well on Weight Watchers. I loved Weight Watchers. I was very loyal to Weight Watchers for a long, long time. But keto works for me. And so I'm going to live my best life. I am going to continue to have my kids live their best life, and we're going to, trust God that it's all going to work out. So anywho, again, thank you guys so much for stopping by. If you like this video, thumb it up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We hope you're doing well, and we'll see you next time. Bye now.